Now I'll be putting out a new blog once a month that will deal with subjects in the excerpts, and also will respond to feedback that I get from people who are doing the course. And but the videos, which is what I'm here to talk about right now, will be coming out more than once a month. And so I want to tell you what's going to be in the videos. But before I do that, let me just quickly review what was in the last video, this was an introduction to the entire course, boiling it all down to the essentials as fast as I could. You'll get more about the course if you get the excerpt. But first of all, we have building blocks, and there is one way to put them together by the rules, A, B, C, and then there are other ways to put them together that are entirely up to you. Let's call that X, Y, Z. Okay, then each of these building blocks can stand for almost anything. The very first thing that we will cover will be rhythm. And your building blocks will be one measure of rhythm, and then they will be 2 measures of rhythm, and then 4 measures. And I'm going to be trying out a lot of different rhythms, some that are not written in the book. How will you learn what you need to learn? Well, this isn't book learning. These are dialogue games such as you do in a language course. So we will be playing games. As quickly as possible, we'll move from lecture about ABC to games, which is XYZ. There are 4 games, once again. The first game is pure imitation, the parrot game, where I play something and you repeat it back exactly as you would in a language class. The next game is Q&A, where you do a variation on whatever I give you to use as your subject. And then the third game is As If, where you bring a little emotion into it. And the fourth game, and maybe the most important one of all, is to use words to go along with the rhythms. And you do not, let me emphasize, you do not have to think of this as writing lyrics. I'll give you ideas to improvise on, but I don't want to get too hung up on the quality of what you improvise. You can improvise complete nonsense syllables. Maybe just to embarrass myself, I'll do that here. But those are the 4 games. Wordplay is the name of the last game. And wordplay will continue through rhythm, harmony, melody, and form. And by the time you get to form, you'll be writing songs. Okay, now these are the 5 categories of videos you're going to see with each excerpt from the book. So for example, let's consider the first excerpt, which has to do with rhythm. I will make a video that introduces everything that has to do with rhythm in the rhythm lesson. Next, I will, in a second video, I will emphasize the key ideas that you need to focus on while you're actually doing the dialogue games, and this includes the things that you should be able to take away, especially the skills that you should be able to take away from the lesson. And number 3, the examples from the excerpt. I will actually play them on my guitar, and you will be able to hear them while you read them from the book. Now I know that not everybody can read notes, so I'm going to have a video that deals with the sight reading problems from that particular lesson. And this will constitute a separate course in sight reading. And lastly, the dialogue games. Now, I've made a 5-minute rule for most of the videos. I don't want them to run on endlessly, so I'm trying to cut them short at 5 minutes. However, the dialogue games have a different goal. You want to be able to carry on long enough to get in the zone and feel creative with the materials. So they may run up to 10 minutes each. Also, that allows me to bring more rhythms for you to improvise against, or in the case of melody, more melodic ideas, or in the case of harmony, more chords. So we'll see how the dialogue games go, but they're going to be longer than the rest of them. But you will be participating, that's the difference. Hardly any lecture will go into the dialogue games. And finally, I think there will be a test at the end to see if you have accomplished the goals that were mentioned in the key ideas. And that's about it. The next video that I put out in probably this week sometime will have to do with the intro to the rhythm lesson. And meanwhile, get your PDF from AmericanSongwriter.com, info@AmericanSongwriter.com. If you want to check out the complete book, you can go to Amazon.com and look up David Alzafan, Compose Yourself, and you will find the book listed. I just reduced the price so that as a welcome gift to anybody who wants to join up with the course. But once again, it's not required. You can go completely by the excerpts for the entire course. So thanks everybody for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.